season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This will be taken short.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move. We got 4. We got 4. Check 3. Check 3. Check 3. Ready.
Now the first carry here for Phillip Lindsay. And right away, he lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
As you and I both know, one reason teams script plays to start a game is so they can practice them ahead of time. I will guarantee you that fumble was not in the script.
You don't think they had fumble written next to play 1 there?
No, that was never in the script because they want to have good memories when they go into a ball game, not something that could have gone wrong.
Set. Number 8. Read. Let's go, D. Let's go. Zoom, fellas. Let's go. March 47. March 48. Let's go.
Here's Martinez. Following the fumble recovery, he'll throw. Oh, he's going to take a shot. It got his man complete. Give him 32 on the play. Charles, you talk so much about quick change plays. There's one right there. You get the turnover, and boom, hit him with a big one.
And defenses plan for this all the time. They work on it in practice. But in the middle of a game, when that quick change takes place, oftentimes guys aren't as focused as they need to be.
47 Mike 47. Ready? 47. Ready, go.
Martinez now. From the gun, he'll throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. Here's 2nd and goal. Back to throw. Martinez. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. He was looking to go back to Cooks one more time, but now it's 3rd and goal.
All right, Captain. It's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again. And he's in! Touchdown, Raiders! A great effort there. his second touchdown on the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Tavecchio good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Short kick, it's taken. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Raiders pick it up. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. That'll bring up second down.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole, because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Mike 56, Mike 56. I got it.
After the turnover, here's Locke. Finds his tight end, Ingram. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
2nd and 9 now from the 21.
Score. Check 52. Rush in.
Faking the give to Lindsey. Here's Locke. Going up top for Kupp. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Go. Alert flare. Hey, switch gears. Get it.
Throwing his Lock on 3rd down. That'll be caught by Kupp. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away. Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
Mike's 47. Mike. You can't block me. You can't block me.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Got him in. It's Brown. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
at the 14-yard line.
Check Mike 47. Check Mike 47. Cover it. Tight dog. Tight dog. Tight dog. 47 Mike. 47 Mike. Mike 47.
In your face.
Delta. Check safety. Check safety.
2nd and 4. And an alley to run. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
49. Check 49. Check 49. Watch that. Watch that. Watch that. Big ass. Big ass. Big ass. Wahoo. 22 jet bomber. 22 jet. And go.
To throw is Martinez. Throwing on 1st down. The connecting here with DJ Shark. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. DJ Chark, 79 yards. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. And nothing too crazy there. A quick slant, and then he just had a seam. He found a seam.
And when you hit it on the run like that, and I mean the pass right to the receiver who's already in motion and moving, sometimes he just takes and runs away from everyone else.
And he ran it into the end zone. And the defense, they've got to adjust there quickly. That's tough on them.
That's really tough because everything was executed well. Ball was out of his hands quickly, into the hands of the receiver, and then he was gone.
It's a very short kick taken by an up man.
Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
Hey, Zoo. 56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike.
Block again here on 2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
On 3rd and long, it's locked. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10.
You got tight right there. Check 31. Go.
Throwing on 1st down. Martinez. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
Hey, check Mike 21. Mike 21. Check Mike 21. Watch the pass. Watch the Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21. Oh, here we go. Oh.
Looking to throw. Martinez. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. That's the third time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Hurry. 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21. Let's go.
Now Martinez off the play fake. Flushed out right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Leonard Floyd, the old Georgia Bulldog, finding his way into the backfield. Now another timeout called for by the offense. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining.
30 base, let's go. Nice 7, let's go. And it's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Yes. 21, check Mike 21. You don't want none. Get it. Pick up the ball. Hey, check Mike 12. Check Mike. Ready, go.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Quinnen Williams, he's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Martinez, off play action. He's going to rifle one deep left side into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. Thomas, the intended target. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Clock now on 1st down. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done. Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him up.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Evan Ingram. His 6th touchdown of the season as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point from McManus is good, and that'll make our score 14-7. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Set.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Here's Martinez on 3rd and 2. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
And I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3-and-out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
So on 4th down, here's Johnny Town. And look at this, it's a fake. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. A big breakdown defensively there on the fake punt. Turns into a huge play and a 1st down. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Martinez now operating from the gun. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. Give him a 1st down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. To throw is Martinez on 1st and 10. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. He'll have a 1st down inside the 10. And he's going to get it all the way down to the 10-yard line. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. And always a good 1st half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
That's it, baby. We go at their own 20-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Here's Locke. He'll get this to Phillip Lindsay, complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Solid gain of 18 yards and a Denver 1st down. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10.
4 down. Check.
Locke now on 1st down. Dancing to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? And we just saw their first one of this game.
So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13.
6-6, pull it high. Go. Let's go right here.
Lock to throw on 2nd down. Going up top for Cup. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Open man is Pettis. It's complete. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Dante Pettis, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. McManus's point after is good, and they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides of this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Michael Thomas, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly for 6. Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And the lead now up to 14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken very short. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
That one good for 13 and a Denver 1st down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
6 guys. Check 6 guys. Hey, orbit. Man, that's trash. That's trash. Check 52.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Lock escaping the pressure right. And this is incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Go. Now.
On 3rd down, Lock. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And how about this, a fake? And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position.
Red.
The first look at the NFL scoreboard comes from the Motor City, and the Redskins there out to an early lead. And we'll try and keep you updated on those events and others around the league as we continue through this one. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Quincy Wilson with the INT. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
24 is the mark.
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL.
Hey, Sam off. Hey, lock it.
Hey, check 24. Check 24.
To throw again on 2nd down. Locke. Open man right side is Ingram. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Hey. 4 down, 4 down, 4 down. 24 is the mic. You. Check 9. Deuce. Switch. Check.
Squeeze. Ready?
Throwing on 1st down is Locke. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
For a rookie first-rounder, he's made a huge impact on this defense, but that tells me that they had a plan for him when they drafted him. Just turn him loose, do what you do best, go get the quarterback.
To try again after the sack. Locke. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
He's coming. We got double up. Kill. Check the backer.
Roll out.
Come.
Hey, Haywood.
24 is the mic. Squeeze, double. 24 is the mic.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Locke. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Ready?
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'm going to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
47's the mic. Ready, go!
On 1st and 10, Martinez. He's going to float this one deep right side. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. DJ Chark, the intended target. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
I'm coming. Go, go. 47. Mike. Watch the run. Watch the run. Hey, check Mike 47. Ready, go.
Operating from the gun, Martinez. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Quincy Wilson with the INT. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Come on,
The
set.
Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
61, matchbox white. Hey, Charlie. Yep. 24, let's go.
On first down, Locke. And they're going to sack him again. The 5th time they've gotten him today, and this one results in a safety. And the safety there, another mistake, and these mistakes just keep piling up.
How many more can they make? They put themselves in such a massive hole now. Going to be difficult to dig out from under.
Yeah, for sure they can't afford anymore at this point. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Michael Thomas, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as his guys continue to pour it on. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Shift. 22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber. Jim. Topper.
Boy, and now they can't even get a playoff. So that'll back them up 5.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check, 56. Switch up, switch up. Kill, 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 kill.
80 weapon.
Out, out, out.
Hey, Alpha. Big dribble, big dribble.
They'll go again with Lindsey. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
56. Here we go, D. Here I come. Here I come.
Now.
On third down, here's Lindsey. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Now to the air, block. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Well, the pressure, the hits, the sacks have been coming at him all game long. I'm frankly surprised that they haven't found a solution yet to create more time for him to throw it or maybe change what they do on offense.
And that's one of the biggest differences in this game and why they're losing right now. On third down, it's Lindsey. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll be fourth down.
Brings up fourth down.
He gets it away, and I think they'll smartly play keep away here from Brown. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. They'll rifle this one deep right side. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Why? Who? 59 Mike, 59 Mike. Check, check. Ready.
Now Martinez. From the gun, he'll throw. Eluding the pressure right. And that will be incomplete.
I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, he's already been in the end zone multiple times. Tried to target him again deep there, but unsuccessful. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
It's 2nd and 8.
Hey,
At the 16-yard line.
Another run by Lindsey. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Bravo.
Locke taking the snap and 1. Man open, it's Cup. He's got it. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player.
Let's go now.
We'll take a break and get a report from Oakland after this. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, Delta.
56. Mike, 56. Right.
Get it.
Block working out of the gun. Finds his tight end, Ingram. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
Hey, exit. Let's go.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Lock. And he will find his man on the outside. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Now Lock. Quick hitter here. It's complete.
Complete to number 81.
Back now in the East Bay. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4.
Go, go. Be careful, be careful.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Lock. He's going to take off with it. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. The Broncos on 3rd down. Not quite 50%. 4 for 9. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6 now.
Lock to throw on 3rd and 1. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Smooth.
Lock to throw for it on 4th. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And now off to the races down the right side. And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? And he said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or 2.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken short. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
12 yards on the return that time. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10.
Ready, set.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
The Raiders on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Back to throw. Martinez. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long?
Mike's 47. Mike's 47. Man, I got you. Man, I got you. Hey, check Mike 48. Check Mike 47.
Martinez operating from the gun. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And finally taken down at the 4-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Now that's disappointing for the defense. They had the advantage, had excellent coverage all over the field, but they let him get away, scramble, and pick up a 1st down, and inside the 5-yard line.
Looking to throw. Martinez. And caught by Thomas. Touchdown, Raiders. Michael Thomas, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Tavecchio good on the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken very short.
Come on, baby, let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
No, check that. We want Mike 52 right here.
From the gun, it's locked. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Carl Lawson in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Watch that in. Watch that in. Get it.
On 2nd down, here's Locke. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. And the Raiders call on a nickel set here for 3rd down.
Hey, rock it.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here.
Take 3. 218, chopper. Let's go.
Throwing his lock on 3rd down. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. A big gain of 39 on third. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's Lindsey. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
10 Lobo.
56. Here we go, here we go.
They'll keep it on the ground. Lindsey, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Let's go, Ty.
Pilot, 64, weak.
15, check 15.
Snap.
Shotgun snap and a give to Lindsey. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Oakland, they remain as hot as anyone at 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, the losses are piling up as they drop to 1-5 now. And now they'll head to the bye week as they'll be back in action in Week 8. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles.